attack with the 12 angles. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to get my blade on your wrist each time without getting cut. Okay, so go ahead. See that English right there? I've got to get way out of the way to get this 1 on it. Okay. Give me an 8. And again, here I've got to get over here. Okay, give me a 9. Give me a 10. Give me an 11. Give me a 12. So I've got to get way out of the way on some of these angles. And now I'm going to give you the 12 angles. Switch off. Yeah, you need. I mean, sometimes that's all your body English can do. You're still pushing. You're not coming out here with this little waving action, so you're still okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what you got to do there is you got to like delay a little bit, let the blade get by. Which again, with a static block, is that the way you would do it? No, you'd probably go straight for his hand. I mean, you could go straight for his hand, but we're working on the wrist. Again, we're working on a concept. We're not working on the actual defense right now. Can these defenses be used? Yes. But again, we're just taking a step toward the final destination. 10, much easier. That was 11, coming up this way. That works well. 12, with confidence. And try to lean this way. Right, and then coming on there. Let me try one more for you. Try one more. But keep this up. Just kind of go out and come in. Like a little circle. Start this. Boom, that's what you're going to do there. You're going to push that off. You're trying to stop it from getting to you. Okay, so now we're going to switch. And now you're going to go to a Chinese grip. Okay, so now again, come with a 1. Come with a 2. Come with a 3. Come with a 4. See, I got to like get over the top of this thing, hollow out. Try to get over the top. Come with a 5. Come with a 6. Come with a 7. Come with 8. Come with a 9. Come with a 10. See, you love those against the Chinese knife. You know, those ones, you set you up each time. You don't have that blade before you. Okay, now come with an 11. Come with a 12. You got to try to get over the top. I got to cut the knuckles, which I was talking about. Sometimes you might catch the knuckles instead of the other side. So again, now you've done 12 with that Chinese style. So now I'm going to do 6. So again, hit the final 1. Minus 2. Minus 3. Minus 4. Minus 5. Minus 6. Minus 7. Minus 8. Minus 9. Minus 10. Minus 11. And minus 1. Okay, so pretty simple stuff. Now, right hand, regular grip. Okay? So now you're going to come with a angle 1, angle 2. See, the angle 2 becomes easy. But you notice how much easier the angle 1 was on that angle 1. It worked kind of good. It was much easier for me to get around it and go on there. The angle 2 is again, angle 3. So again, I just got to hollow out and come in over the top. Angle 4 is the beginning. Angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, beginning. Angle 8, that's the beginning. Angle 9, beginning. Angle 10, that's the beginning. Angle 11. Angle 11, you're coming up this way. Okay. Angle 12, beginning. So now look how well this left side works against this right side. We're zone 1. Okay, now here's the point we're getting to. Is a larger percentage of the population right-handed or left-handed? Right-handed. And now what have they done? They've fallen right into our zone 1 trap, where everything in zone 1 worked very simply against this guy with the most likely grip he's going to employ against us. Now let's turn that to a Chinese grip. Again, angle 1. So I need is a little English getting out of the way of that knife. That was 1. That's good enough. Angle 2. 2's a gimme. Angle 3. Angle 3 again. I got to hollow out and I got to try to come in over the top. Angle 4. Gimme. Angle 5. Gimme. Angle 6. Kind of a little slide out, little English. Angle 7. Gimme. Angle 8. Gimme. Angle 9, that's a tough one. Angle 10, that's an easy one. Angle 11, that's an easy one if I get in there early. Angle 12, that's an easy one. Now throw that 11 again, just kind of give me more of a sweeping up towards my throat. So that's all I got to do is get on top of it. Get on top of it, okay? Okay, so now we've handled all those with the right hand side. What did you do both of them right in a row? Okay,
Yeah.
both of them right in a row. Okay, so here I come with use my both in a row on my right hand. So again, here I come with this one. Bam. Try to just get your head out of the way first on. That's a big one. You need way the hell out of the way. Bam. See, I can't
Pretend
get
like
you.
it's a real one.
Right, I mean, that's what you want to do. So angle 2. And again, that was your hardest one. Angle 1's the hardest one. Okay, so here comes an angle 3. Bang. Okay. Angle 4. Boom. Angle 5. Boom. Angle 6. Boom. Angle 7. Boom. Angle 8. Boom. Angle 9. Boom. Angle 10. Boom. Angle 11. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
That's it. I mean,
I gotta a little bit.
you haul out, you're coming over the top. I mean, I'm feeding you this wrist. I mean, basically, I'm feeding that wrist. So yeah, you did do kind of a 4, but believe me, a 1 changes very easily to a 4, and a 4 covers a 3 much better than a 2 covers a 1. Okay? So the angle 2 defense doesn't do a good job covering a 1. Okay? But this 4 does a great job covering all of 3. And now look how easy 1 converts to 4. Okay? Now we have a 2 for coming back up. So we do need that 2. You still need that 2. Like later on, I'm saying we're going to basically use 1 zone defense to cover all angles of attack. But the problem is combinations. So now I'm coming here like this. Now he comes back with a combo. Well, I better have that 2 in my arsenal, and that 2 better be well versed and be adequate, because I'm going to have to use it. And again, you would be like, come with this. So I'm going to be here, and as I come with that second one, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be moving to the outside of him preferably. So anyways, that's where we're going. But again, you got to work your way through this stuff. That's right.
Yeah, that was.
Now, there was one hard one, and it was that 1. That's zone 1. Okay. So you see how easy that works. Now we'll go to this. This is actually a little tougher with the right hand side, because that blade is in the way every time.
So
You got to come in over the top. You're gonna have to sneak in over the top like that. So you're right now. Bam, that's it. 2 is an easy one. 3 sneaking over the top. Bam. 4 is an easy one. Bam. 5 is an easy one. 6 is an easy one. 7 is just committing suicide. 8, I'm committing suicide. 9, suicide. 10, I'm committing suicide. 10, I'm committing suicide. 11's a little tough. But you see how easy that stops. And there's my 12. So the only hard ones are again that 1, that 4, and that 11.
Yeah.
Those are only the hard ones. And again, how do you count for those? You just come over the top so you're out of the way of the blade. The problem is your blade and my blade are going to the same place when you're trying to cut my angles. So that's the hardest part. Is get over the top. That's all you got to do is get over the top, hollow out where he's going to miss you anyways, and then you chop his hand. And again, once we get to using footwork and the slipping block instead of the static block, it becomes very simple. Okay, now I am going to do one thing. I'm going to do this camera, okay, the right hand side. Okay, so you just have to go. So here's my 1. And really, I don't have a 1. I don't really have a 1 with this knife, because the blade is here. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to come in here and try to rip this here? I don't have a 1, so you don't have to worry about him. Yeah, it's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 5 or a 7, like I say. So here comes my 2. What's my 2? My 2 is really going to be a 7. I mean, I'm trying to get up here and rip it down, but I mean, it had to go 7 first. Okay, so now here I come with a 3. Well, how do I do a 3 with this? There is no 3. I would have to turn this way and try to rip across you. So there's no 3. That's why I say, when this guy has this other grip, I mean, basically, this grip, the forward grip, the reverse grip, okay, those are legitimate grips. Once this guy changes his blade and puts his blade facing him, he's a freaking moron, okay? He's got 1 attack. He's got this, and these tricky guys might have some of these, okay? But that's all he's really got. And guess what? All these have to come right in on angle 1. I mean, I can try to come way in over here, but yeah, all you got to do is shift, and you got the 1. Yeah, exactly. I'm committing suicide here. A lot of angles, guys don't realize they're committing suicide using those angles if they get up against a guy who A, has a knife, and B, knows what he's doing.
And on my first day, you told me I was swinging too wide, just
Right.
this. So even that would be.
Yeah, it's suicide. It's way too much exposure. And the worst part is, like, as you already saw, you know, from there, where would you go? Well, you've done some combos now. It's almost like these static blocks. They're almost like the stab, okay? And then you just put a cup behind it. So the static block, think of that when we were doing combos as stabs, because where do we stab at? Well, we're basically stabbing in 4 zones, right? We're stabbing in zone 3 here, stabbing in zone 1 here, okay? Stabbing in the other zone here, zone 2, and stabbing in zone 4 there. So, I mean, basically, when I'm going to stab here, this is my 5. So block, and boom, come up with that cut on that angle. Now this is where you start seeing those angle 11 and 12 where they work.
Right.
Okay, they didn't work a lot earlier when we're just going on the fucking dummy over there.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't work well, but all of a sudden, when you push that blade out of the way, and now it's like, where am I going with this blade next?
Yeah.
They all of a sudden work real well.
That's when English really
11s
helps
and
it out.
12s, right? Especially like you say, you're here, now you're all loaded, and now you don't even have to use much arm at all when you push inside the block. And this English that we're working on now, this body English, is what's doing the cut. So now you're cutting with your core instead of with your arm. And your core is much stronger than just your arm. Okay, some concepts. Again, concepts we're picking up here. Okay, so let's see. And again, these are concepts that were in the other stuff. We're just advancing them. We're advancing them. We're advancing them. You can't just use a cutting board or my little dummy over here and get these things done. You need to line up against another guy, and you need to start moving the way you would in a real fight against a three-dimensional target to see the way how well these things work, to see where the hips come in and all that type of stuff, to see where it's important to stay inside of the box and not go outside of the box. It's faster, it has more power, and it's going to be more effective overall than trying to swing this arm all around. Okay. So, anyways, where are we at?
You were at the hammer.
Oh, so I'm going hammer.
That one's done.
Okay, so yeah, let me come with the left hand. The left hand will be a little higher, harder now, because here I come. I'm trying to slash you with a 1, trying to slash you with a 2, trying to slash you with a 3, trying to slash you with a 4. Right, just right over the top. See how quick that comes in? Here I come with that 5. Here I come with a 6. Here I come with a 7. Suicide. Here I come with an 8. Suicide. Here I come with a 9. Again, a 9 and a 10 are basically going to be the same as the Chinese. Here I come with. I don't even know how I would tip. An 11 has to come from way down here. That's suicide. And here's a 12. Suicide. Okay, so you can see the way that grip is definitely a limited grip. Those of you who are still using those grips and you have any criminal aptitude whatsoever, continue to use that ice pick grip. It's the best grip for you.
I'm excited for it.
Okay, yeah, we're excited now. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go to court over something like that, you want a guy that you can kill easy. And you probably won't have to go to court unless it's heirs try to sue you. Again, you said you stop, stay back. Nowadays, there's video somewhere. There's usually a witness somewhere, and that's all going to be in your benefit. Always have 2 knives also. Always have at least 2 knives that you're very familiar with, because the night that you do use your knife to defend yourself, that's probably going to be taken away by the authorities and put in evidence. Same with handguns, etc. Okay, so if you don't have an extra handgun, make sure that you have financial resources to get you another handgun out there. Okay, so let's see. So now where are we? Now we're going to go to zone 2. We have that 2 there. And again, you're going to go to your left hand, and again, that angle 1. So see how I have to get way over here, and I got to push that thing out early. Okay? Now with that angle 2, that's again with that angle 3. So see, I got to get way out of here. I might have taken a little skin off the back of my forearm. That one's going to be an easy one. Okay, so now I come with a 5, so now I have problems. Now I'm going to like a 3 almost, that type of stuff. Now I come with that high one again. So now I'm way over here. Now I'm just kind of letting the blade come through. Now give me that. That's an easy one. This one's an easy one. Now come with that 9. Boom, that's an easy one. The 10, that's an easy one. And with that 11, now I have problems. Now really try to screw me with that. See, I have to lean way back on that. Okay, now come the other side, These are the Chinese. Now I'm going to go through 2 on my Chinese. See, I'm avoiding the blade, and I'm following it. I'm going to come with that 2 again, come with the 2. For the 2, I'm just going to come and meet it. That's what we're doing. We're doing a static block. Okay. And now come with that 3. So now I have problems. See, I'm pushing off this way, pushing off, coming up, pushing off. Now, again, it does look kind of like a 4, but the angle is different. My hand is forward, so it's really more of a 3. So that 2 turns well into a 3. Okay? So again, come here. Again, here. Now come to that 2. The 4 is easy. The 5. I've got to come over to kind of a 3. Now when I get high, I got to get way out of the way. Come here. I can just plain old to it. Plain old to it. And just plain old to it. My blade here. Plain old to it. Now I got to punch. Come with that. I got to get way out of here. I got to get out of the way, and I'm going to follow it. Now it becomes more of a
tracking game.
Well, no, it becomes instead of a static block, it becomes a slipping block, where I'm slipping the knife and then I'm attacking. Okay, and then come be with that up. I don't want to take down nice and easy right there. So switch off, and I'm I've done Chinese. Now I'm going to right hand. Okay? Here comes that right hand. I've got big one. Bam, that works perfect. Here comes a two. Now that time you went to a one. So yeah, this is where you got to just get out of the way and follow. That's a tough angle. So boom, that's it right here. That's using a two. But again, it's a different two. It's a slip-in two instead of a meat or a static two. Now the three is simple. Bam. Four is hard.
Yep, I got it.
I mean, you got it though. I mean, again, when you're pushing on a two, you want to turn to a three. Okay, when you can't get a two, you got to go to a three. So boom, there it is right there. Now that five, bam. That's six, bam. That's seven, bam. That's it. I did eight, bam. Good. And a nine coming in this way, bam. That's hard. 10, that's easy. And the 11, easy one. And the 12, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Or I could.
Right, well, what you should have done is just spun this thing around that way. So when you're going this way and you can't get it, just, your palm is out. So you want to keep the palm out. That'll keep the blade on there. It's a much quicker orientation than starting this way and trying to come back this way. Okay. So I'm trying one more time. So again, pushing, and there.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so your palm, yeah, so your palm is out, so just roll down that way. So start pushing at me. When you see it coming, start pushing at me, and then roll into it. There it goes right there. Now you could push into me, but then it becomes a one. Right. So I'd rather you go from a two to a three so that you have a complete defense, and I'd rather your ones go to a four so you have a complete defense. Okay? Because what we're doing, we're kind of talking about taking a wall and moving the wall. So that here's my wall of defense, and then if I come back up, there's my two and my three. Okay? Now if I go to a two, here's going to be my wall. My wall is going to be over here, and then I'm going to drop down here quickly. If I need to go to, excuse me, I'm going to go this way to go straight, but then I can walk this. Okay, so again, I'm not a two guy. So again, I'm going to come here and see how that inertia just continues. Here just let me show you when we get more advanced. When we're stepping out here, this one becomes a four. Very easy. I'm putting a slicing wall in front of this guy. So when I come here, and again, there's that slicing wall. He has to come through that wall to get to me because I've moved and forced him to come through that wall to get to me. So again, here he's got to come through this wall, and over here, he's got to come through this wall. So that's my choice that I'm eventually going to get to. Am I left guy or right guy? Now again, we talked about that. Am I standing against the wall? I'm standing against the wall, coming in attack you want. Boom, that's my only choice. I've got to go this way, and I'm just going to make a wall on my knife. Now you'll notice my other hand, how closely behind it's following the knife. I want you to fake, and then come in with another stab. Boom, see that? This hand is now following. Do a quick one, but do a fake. And then so go like this and come into something. So, boom, see that? That's what we're going to get to. I do this stuff good fast, much better than I do it slow, because I get, and I'm ready to do it. When you're going slow, I'm talking half the time, so that's a problem. And so I'm chewing bubblegum and walking. But once you get it fast and you've done it thousands of times, boom, it's here, and boom, that's going to work. And then guess what's really going to happen is when this one comes here, now my boy's got a shitload of trouble. Now I see him looking at the knife, so I know right away I can't go high. I can't go high because he's looking at the knife. He's expecting me to go high. So I'm going to come here like this. I'm going to come here, and then we're going to slash it in. So that's just a taste of where we're going. But when you do this a lot, you do it fast, it becomes fun, especially when one of you finally gets the other guy. You know you really accomplished something because you don't. On a two, we haven't done Chinese? That means you haven't done Chinese to me. That's the hardest part is remembering all this Chinese in, Chinese out, left hand, right hand.
12 times.
Yeah. We're fighting a lot of these attacks in zone one with the two.
Right.
So it makes it very hard. That's a big problem.
Okay.
I mean, basically your biggest zone and the most likely area to be attacked is going to be your zone one. And your zone one is pretty much the easiest area to defend out of all these areas. So a lot of the work is cut out for you already. Okay?
So we're almost doing this just to show what doesn't work.
We're seeing what doesn't work, and we're seeing where I'm going to need to do something else to use that zone to defend it, to defend that attack. With this zone, I'm going to need to do something else. And once we get to slip attacks, it'll be very apparent what we need to do, and that's get our feet moving. Now again, if we don't have our feet, now we need to get two hands in the fight. Okay? And that's another one of the key, the core concepts of this course is the fact that we're going to teach you how to get both of your hands into this fight. Most guys, they have a knife, they have just become a one-dimensional fighter. They're going to use this hand and this hand only. They're going to hope they're using their feet right, okay? But this hand here is pretty much going to be out of the fight, okay? That's for at least 90% of the people. You give them a knife and you tell them, go attack that guy, just a rubber knife, you know, give it to your little brother, your cousin, your uncle, and say, attack me with this knife. Here's a knife, attack me. Say it that way. Here's a knife, attack me. And the only thing they're going to use to attack you is this knife. They're not going to kick. They're not going to check. They're not going to headbutt. They're not going to use this extra hand at all, okay? And that's a big advantage in that in this class, we're going to teach you really how to get this hand into the fight.